This is the original Sony a7 Mark I. This camera was launched all the way back in October 2013, and I wanted to talk about this specific model of the Sony a7 series for a very special reason. You see, we live in a very consumer-driven society where we have basically new camera and new technology and new equipment coming out every 6 months. And although new tech is greater and more impressive than ever before, a lot of the new cameras and a lot of the new tech has just minor improvements from their predecessor model and small upgrades that are nice to have but in no way crucial. Today you can find yourself one of these used on the market for around about £300 British if you live in the UK. Obviously prices vary depending on condition and the age of the camera, but I decided to pick one up to see how it performs today in 2025. The thing I personally love about mirrorless technology is that you can easily adopt cheap vintage lenses, and you basically don't need to spend much money at all on getting a nice prime lens for your camera system. In this video I'm pairing my Sony a7 with the Soviet Industar 50mm f3.5 and the lens from East Germany, the Pentachron 50mm f1.8. Let's see how this camera performs. I then decided to use my Godox wireless trigger system to see what I can achieve with the Sony a7 Mark I and a vintage lens with some additional lighting. This combination allows me to really accentuate the attention onto my model here by adding some extra lights onto her. Of course, it has to be said that when you're using manual focus glass, you have to really slow yourself right down and make sure that you are nailing your focus. You can't just half press the shutter to focus, and when shooting at f1.8, any minor changes in the camera positioning will result a change in focus as well. So I have to check my focus before snapping every photo here. And it's a good way to really slow down your photography and focus on your composition and your model and the features that you're trying to portray. Now, as for the video quality, don't get too excited. The absolute best quality that this camera can do for video is 1080p in AVC HD. And yes, you have all the manual controls available here, but there is no internal stabilization of any kind. And you can see a lot of weird digital sharpness going on, despite me turning down the in-body sharpening of the camera all the way down in the settings. Together with these handheld micro jitters and the subpar 1080p quality, it is indeed difficult to recommend this camera as a suitable tool for recording videos. But the function is there, and you do have this kind of retro video feel camera if you really want to use this camera for this type of effect and the footage that you could obtain from it. But that is more likely just something you could do for fun and not on any real professional production shoot. Having used this camera as my casual everyday carry around, I did really enjoy it a lot. It is the perfect compact size, it is slim, it is lighter, it is smaller than most full-frame mirrorless cameras out there, but it still offers a very good tactile feel with a good amount of buttons that are physical and dials that you can customize. So it offers this really nice hands-on approach to photography where you are in control with all of the functions that the camera gives you. If you happen to come across one of these cameras in good condition for a bargain price, I think it would be super fun to pick one up as your B camera and just have like a casual mirrorless full frame camera that you can have as your day-to-day carry around, which allows you to document your life and also enjoy the art of photography.